Spider-Man Reign is weird to say the least. If you've never heard of it, it's a 4-issue story that's very similar to The Dark Knight Returns. However, while that story is well regarded by comic readers, this story is very infamous. It's 30 years in the future. There are no more superheroes in New York. However, crime is down thanks to an authority called Reign. Peter Parker is now a feeble old man who still can't hold a steady job. All around him, he sees kids getting beaten by this oppressive government, with seemingly no way to intervene. But then, an old face from the past comes by to remind him of who he truly is, inspiring him to take the fight to Reign, which in turn makes the mayor unleash the Sinister Six and launch a force field around New York to keep everyone in. Meanwhile, Jonah Jameson leads a rebellion against Reign, and even Hypno Hustler tries to help, but is immediately shot down. At first, Spider-Man seems like his old self. He's kicking ass, making one-liners, but then he gets his ass kicked by the Sinister Six. Then suddenly, Doc Ock's corpse comes out, rescues Spider-Man, and brings him to Mary Jane's grave. Oh yeah, that was something I neglected to mention, but I guess now I have to bring it up. The plot point that makes this story infamous. You know how Peter Parker got his powers from a radioactive spider? Well, it turns out that his semen is also radioactive, and it ended up giving Mary Jane cancer. Anyway, Venom is also in the story, and he's taken over the city or something. The Sandman's daughter starts leading a rebellion against Reign, and Spider-Man goes back into the fight and kills his enemies, which is a bit out of character for him. With some words of encouragement from Mary Jane and a final kaboom, it seems like the day is saved. Jameson regains control of the Bugle, saying that while crime is back to how it was years ago, so are the heroes. The story officially ends with Peter visiting MJ's grave, and saying that while he'll be with her someday, until then, he has responsibilities. While it's infamous for obvious reasons, I don't think Spider-Man Reign is a bad story. It has some moments in it that I would consider great, and really feel in spirit to the character. It also had interesting commentary in how, a lot of times, it's those authorities that are meant to serve and protect that spill the most blood. Recently it was announced that after 17 years, Reign would officially be getting a sequel, which definitely interests me, but that's a story for another time. Until then, what do you think of Spider-Man Reign? Do you hate it or do you like it? Let me know in the comments below.